Sanbonan Masatila Mahle, are you interested in agriculture? Do you want to start or grow your own agribusiness while lowering the risks of climate change? Well, look no further than the Women Farmer Foundation's Training on Protective Farming, where you can begin your journey towards becoming a climate-smart agripreneur. You can check out our program on www.womenfarmerfoundation.com today or find us on Facebook to keep up to date about when to apply, how to apply, and everything you need to know about the program. If you have further questions, you can also contact us on 7602-7207, 7602-7207 to find out more.
Welcome to the show. Today we brought you a phenomenal lady that's working with an amazing organization. They're really doing some phenomenal work. But before we continue, I'm just going to let you introduce yourself. Mpumi, over to you.
Thank you so much, Kazai. Welcome. I'm glad to be here. My name is Mpumalanga Zwane, and I am the Communications Officer for the Women Farmer Foundation.
Thank you, Mpumi. Before we confuse the people here, they're not only working with women only, they're working with youth and women, which is pretty amazing. Even if you're a man, you can find your home there at Women Farmer Foundation.
Exactly.
But before there's something I noticed on your website. There's climate change, there's agriculture. So I didn't really understand, are you trying to fight climate change with agriculture? Can you please really clarify that to the audience?
Okay, that is actually an amazing question, and I'm glad you mentioned that males are allowed, actually, because that's a question we get a lot. Yes, Women Farmer Foundation, but our young boys, our young men, you are also welcome to the foundation. We have a space for you. So when the climate change aspect of the foundation, it's a very big part of our work, because there was a time where you could almost kind of pretend like climate change wasn't happening. Yeah. When it was just like, maybe it's a little bit warmer, it's a little bit colder, those type of things. But we are seeing more and more the actual impact on the ground. Eswatini went through the whole El Nino effect, where we had just terrible drought for the longest of time. Recently we had Ngulwini, the thunderstorm that happened there, 5 minutes, and
destroyed everything.
Yeah, so much devastation. And so if you are a farmer, best believe that climate change will have a really big impact on your farm unless you have the skills to mitigate that impact. And so for us as a foundation, we are very big on promoting the ideas of agribusiness, to say that don't just farm, take your farming to the next level and turn it into a business. You can actually improve your own livelihoods through agriculture. You can become your own employer through agriculture and create a sustainable life for yourself. And if you're going to do that, you cannot ignore climate change. So how do we prepare our local farmers to start sustainable agribusinesses? By becoming more climate resilient.
It's an interesting aspect that you're bringing. There's sustainability and then there's business. A lot of us youth don't really look at agriculture as a business. We were raised to grow food to eat, not to sell. So that's an interesting aspect. I want you to respond to this question, touching on the program that you're creating for the youth. The sustainability part of the program. You also mentioned the name of the program and how you will prepare the youth to succeed in business through the program that you're doing specifically for the youth.
Okay, so we have our program, which is the Innovative Climate Smart Tunnel Production Training Program, which is a program that prepares young people to deal with the changes that we're seeing in the world, which is the climate change crisis. And then also looking at how they can do farming in an innovative way to reduce the risk. So we teach what is called protective farming.
Okay.
So there we teach young people about how to farm using tunnels, and then also how to farm using shade nets, which are methods that one can use to reduce the risk that are involved in agriculture because of climate change. And so this program here, it's both theoretical and practical.
Okay.
So you get to have an actual feel of how to grow high value crops. These are crops that bring in a higher income, and
that.
then also of course, if you're gonna be a businessman,
Exactly.
you need to go where the money is.
Exactly.
And so that's what we teach you. And then we also then teach agribusiness management on top of that. We teach them how to access finances, and how we do this is we have our training center, and we run classes weekly. So you find that classes only happen about twice a week, every week for a period of 3 months.
All right.
And then we involve different stakeholders. We work with stakeholders such as the Youth Fund, Ensure, and these are the people who then come in and they train our young people to say, if I want to access funding from Youth Fund, for example, how do I go about? If I want maybe a Swatini bank, how do I do that? If I want to insure my farm, how do I do that? And then we bring the relevant stakeholders so that they can also network with those people. And so from there, we come with our agricultural knowledge. We come with the knowledge of agribusiness. How do you keep your records? How do you manage your business and transform it into an actual business? Now, structure it so that it's not just subsistence level farming, but then you can elevate it so that you can actually track your business progress, track your profitability, market yourself to your customers, and then say to yourself, once you've done that, how then do you involve the relevant partners that you'll need to support this business, the people who can finance you, the people who can insure you, the people who will teach you how to market yourself, how to, so it's a very interactive, it's a very fun-filled program. We've tried to make it very holistic because we know that agriculture has not always had it's never associated with being fun. It's never so we're saying, okay, let's bring the innovation. Let us show you how you can make this something that can compete with a salary that you get in maybe the corporate space. It can be a fun business for you as a young person, as Liswati, and all you need to join the program is to have an interest in agriculture.
Okay.
So you do not actually need to have an agricultural background. So for the person who's starting out, it's a great program for you to learn from the beginning.
Alright.
And then also at least a Form 5 certification. It is a program that is self-funded. So we just ask our young people to at least cover just 1,000 emalangeni of the fee, and this helps us with procuring the seedlings to help also pay some of our stakeholders who come into the program, and it just helps to support the program and keep it running so that other young people can also benefit from the program.
Seems like an interesting program even for someone who is not in agriculture. As you said earlier, you don't need a farm, but I'm thinking I might be a kid in Babane. Babane, we don't see farms, we don't have all those kind of things. Then why should I really apply to the program? What benefit can the program give me if I was to apply? And I'm speaking from someone who stays in Babane or someone who stays in Manzini. They are like cheese boys and all. They're like, farming is boring. It's for the old people. It's not for the youth. Why then should I apply?
Oh, I love that question, and this is what you're talking about is why we created the program. Because with tunnel farming, it is an innovative way of doing agriculture, which is a lot less intensive in terms of labor-wise than you would if you were doing outdoor farming, right? But then also we've noticed that Eswatini has a high level of unemployment. And we need to find a way to address this, and I feel like agriculture has the most potential to really change someone's life, to really start a business where you can make a sustainable income for yourself as a young person, support yourself, to support your nice urban lifestyle that you want to live. And one of the big things that I can say that the program gives is that agribusiness aspect of it. So you're not just learning how to grow a tomato, but then you're gaining the business skills that you need, so that, you know, the interesting thing is agribusiness is just business at the end of the day. We speak about agriculture, but then as a young person, you can use those skills even in your other businesses. And we also show you that you don't necessarily have to be the one in the garden.
Doing the work.
Yeah. If you set up your farm to be a business, that's when you can also start employing people. We show young people that through this, you can plan, you can strategize how to farm management skills, how to build your strategy, how to understand where your customers are, and then also seeing that you can interact with different parts of the value chain. So I had one student who came in and he said, okay, he's not necessarily interested in becoming an actual farmer, but he wants to understand what's happening on the ground because he wants to disrupt the value chain in a different way, and getting that background knowledge of how the farm works will be very helpful for him, so that no one comes and tries to tell him lies. Exactly. You know, so I feel like the program will help anyone who wants to become more business minded.
So I see what we're saying here is we don't need to be in the farm. We need to understand the business aspect in the agricultural sector, and we can continue being cheesy in Babane. That is it.
Well, when you say it like that, so I'm saying that agriculture doesn't have to be as intense as what we knew it to be. Tunnel farming makes it easier that even if you're a cheese boy, you can manage your tunnels and, you know, live your cheesy life if that's what you're living.
I love it already. I think I'm gonna go and put my application after this very episode. So people, make sure you do the same. Follow the link to the Women Farmer Foundation, and then you can be able to find the application. And please do apply. Agriculture can be cheesy, like I told you. I'm already applying. So thank you very much for watching, and thank you, Pumalanga, for coming through.
Thank you so much.